Well, boys, it's another day back out here at Elevated AF, and this old dude brought in this 90s Ford F-350. It is in absolutely beautiful shape, and he's been looking around the dealership because he wants to trade it in. And I'll show you which truck he settled on here in a minute, but just look at this rig. Super, super clean truck. I don't know what I'm going to do with it after this trade, but I'm sure I'll figure out something. Well, the old dude is in the shop doing paperwork right now for this truck right here. This 2022 F-350 on just the craziest airlift you can imagine up on some 44-inch boggers. It is just crazy. We actually ended up having some custom wheels made for this truck, but we took them off. We can use them at a later date on a different build, but yeah, he wanted this rig. So, you know what? We're happy to sell it to him. But out of every truck he could have picked out here, I thought maybe he would have picked, I don't know, maybe just something a little more practical. I guess we don't really have a whole lot of practical trucks out here. Most of ours are big and lifted. But no, he wanted the big one. Not to mention, this truck will go side to side and up and down either way, because it's on bags, which is pretty flipping cool. But yeah, now I guess I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with an OBS. All right, so deal's done. Old man's happy with his new truck there, but I gotta grab one of our trailers here, this Diamond C that's sitting back here. We're gonna go trade it in for something else. Oh, I just smacked my nice car trailer. I did not want to do that. Anyways, we get to go pick up a new trailer today. Not that we flipping need anymore. We got way too many as it is, but this one is pretty dang cool. All right, so small problem averted here. As you guys can see, I've got a different truck, and my Dodge did not have the right hitch, so I had to grab my Ford here. Anyways, this is a mini lowboy trailer that works for pickup trucks, and it is absolutely sick, I think at least. So it'll allow us to tow a lot more weight. It can drop right down on the ground, so we don't have to deal with ramps or nothing like that. Super, super easy to deal with. I think it's pretty dang cool. It should be a cool trailer that we can, I don't know, do a little more with. It's kind of like this load trail right here, except it can just drop a lot lower and a lot more weight. Well, it's been a couple hours here, and I just got a call from an older gentleman that lives just up the road here. When Colton was working here, we ended up buying 2 mud trucks from him. And actually, one of those mud trucks, I think we turned into this. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Anyways, he's got 2 old first gens that he is completely forgot about for years, apparently, sitting in the back bush. And as he was going through and cleaning his property, he noticed them. And so he gave me a call and said, hey, do you want to come down and take a look at these? Possibly buy them? And I was like, most definitely. I am a sucker for first gen Cummins. We only have 1 at the moment, so another 2 couldn't hurt, especially if they're in half decent condition. So we're going to go head down there, take a look at them. Hopefully, they're a good buy. Well, this is the place here on the left. I'm not sure where the dude's at. Oh, this place looks a lot more clean now. I think he's getting ready to sell it. All right, well, I'm going to go find him and see where these trucks are at, because I don't see any trucks around here. All right, so he just told me to head down here to the side of the brush, just around the hill, and I see 1. Oh, there's 2. Holy smokes, look at the amount of junk back here. So he told me just to go look at them, and if I want them, I can make him an offer. So these are both 1993 first gen Dodges. One's a dually, one's a single rear wheel. This one apparently was his main work truck. As you can see, it looks pretty dang beat up. He had 2 old parts trucks, he told me, but he ripped them apart so much he just ended up taking them to the junkyard. So there's a replacement fender on there from that. Probably replace some parts all the way around this, but oh man, they're looking rough. Anyway, he used to own an old welding business, so this is kind of what he did his work with. Got a big old rack and a welder on it. Not too bad. So yeah, I got some big old beefy tires on here, which I don't even know how they fit. Oh, some cool International Harvester mud flaps there. That's nice. Open up the door here. Holy smokes, this interior is mint. Wow. Apparently they're both standards as well, which is not rare per se, but definitely not as common. He said he parked them like 20 some years ago, so no idea if they run. He can't even remember what he parked them for. This other one over here, pretty same deal. Actually, they're both the same color. They're both the same tan. That's kind of interesting. Got an old box in it. Cool box. Fuel tank in the back. Not too bad of a truck. Looks like he had to replace the same dang fender on it. That's interesting. How's the engine bay looking? Oh, hey, that's not bad at all. I could definitely work with something like this. Now, the 2 questions are, what does he want from him? And how the heck are we going to get him out of here? This one looks pretty packed in. We might be able to squeeze it out behind this other one, which just needs a barrel moved. I doubt we're going to be able to get them running, because if they've been sitting for 20 years, I don't want to just try fire them right up without checking them out, and I'd rather get them back to the shop. Well, deal's done, and look what I got. An old 4040 with a bucket. This ought to get them loaded up. I got a chain in the cab here so we can try and see if we can get him on here. Luckily, we got this low boy, which should help a little bit. Would have been nicer if it had a winch, but I think we'll be fine without it. So we'll lower this down, detach that. Perfect. We'll just pull this on forward here where it's not in the way. We got to move this barrel. Actually, we'll probably toss both these barrels out of the way. There we go. Nice and clear out of here. Guess we'll get a chain attached up to this, and if these barrels quit rolling back in front of the trucks, we'll have them out here in no time. Check it out. Truck number 1 is on the trailer here. I thought we might be able to get both of them, but nope. Just the one. I pretty much got it out of the bush, got the wheels straightened out, just pulled it straight back on here. Not too bad. Could have maybe just brought the semi and the semi-trailer, but this works too. If we need to lift this up to get over some terrain, just lift it up that way. So flipping easy. We'll get this one to the shop, and we'll go grab the other one. I can't believe we didn't see these trucks when we were here before, but I guess they are pretty back in the bush there, and he told me he honestly forgot about him. But considering I paid next to nothing for this, I am more than happy to take it off his hands. Can we just drop it right in the shop here? That'd be easy. Oh, we can. Even better. Okay, truck number 1's up on the lift. Let's go get truck number 2. Got truck number 2, and we are out of here. So I was talking to the old guys here that owns this property, and he said what he used these trucks for, they just got beat to crap. That's why they've been sitting for almost 20 years. The bodies aren't in good condition other than the paint, but it's just the internals, like the engine, the transmission, the axles, all that stuff that just got completely wrecked that all needs to be rebuilt now. So we're gonna see what we can do with them. But luckily, first gen parts aren't too rare, so we should be able to come across what we need pretty fast. And truck number 2 is on the lift. All in a day's work, I suppose. But, oh man, talk about a find. 2 trucks like this in excellent condition other than the internals, but body-wise they're in really good condition. That is just sweet. Now, he did say he might have the original dually bed for this in a back barn somewhere. He said it's going to be in about the same condition that the body is, but as long as it's not rusted, I am more than happy to take it, and we'll make this thing into a normal dually again, which would be sweet. Well, it's been a couple days here, and I just gotta say, what is with this week and OBS Fords? Because we just had this guy come in with this other OBS Ford. Funny story, it is almost identical to this one. It's not as nice. It's got a lot more miles on it. It has a really nice custom interior, but basically the guy came in, he saw this OBS dually that we had in here that's already done up with like crazy boggers. It's on a bag suspension, all this other stuff. That's what he wanted to do to that dually. And when he seen it was already done to this one, when he was looking at our website, he was like, hey, maybe I should just trade it in and take this one instead. So he's doing the paperwork for this right now. And I guess we have another dually in on trades. So we got to build another dually that's just as cool as this one, if not cooler, and I've got some ideas already. But holy smokes, talk about a big truck. I mean, we're just gonna pull it right up beside this other one here, just to give a size comparison. Just look at this monster compared to this tiny little thing. It's just ridiculous. You could fit this whole tire inside of this wheel. It's kind of funny. So now I've pretty much got 2 matching trucks. No idea what I'm gonna do with either, except for this one. I've already got some ideas flown for this. Holy smokes, the shop is looking empty. We're gonna need some inventory ASAP here. We don't got that many trucks left. All right, boys, it has been about 2 weeks here, and when I show you guys the transformation of these 2 pickups, it is absolutely insane. If I can get through my dang door. But check these out. So this one here was the dually. It had the crazy big bed on it with all the welding stuff. We ended up finding the original dually box, and it just looks absolutely killer. Now, one thing you might notice is, well, it isn't painted, and this is actually an elevated AF first. If I'm correct here, we decided we'd just clear coat over it, so it just looks absolutely sick. We ended up having to completely rebuild the 12 valve that was in here. It's got brand new suspension all the way around. We rebuilt the diff, the axles, all sorts of crazy stuff. Basically, we left the body of this thing fairly untouched, but everything else we went gun-ho with. We put new lights, kind of new grill assembly on it, because the old one was a little bit broken, so we decided to do that. Polished up all the chrome on it, put this sweet little back rack, so it can still be used as like a really nice daily truck. And since the body was in such good condition, other than the paint, we just clear-coated it, and I think it looks absolutely sick. Now, the single rear wheel, we did a little bit more to that. Did everything that we did to the dually, except bigger suspension, bigger wheels and tires, new paint, a little bit different of suspension, and pretty much blacked out all the chrome on this, gave it a fresh red paint job, and then the interior we actually did not leave stock on this. So the interior we swapped out with 3rd gen leather seats, which I think looks pretty sick. It's still a manual, still got pretty much everything original in the interior. except now it just looks absolutely sick, but with slightly different lights than the other dually first gen there. And yeah, gave it a massive axle dump. We did put a little bit of power on this 12 valve, not a whole lot. We were originally going to go with a bigger lift, but we still wanted to keep it something that you could daily drive. And to be honest, if I had an endless budget, a sweet starter truck and all that, this is probably exactly what I'd build. Oh, and I almost forgot, we actually kept the old International mud flaps. They're just too cool to take off the truck. If that ain't a first gen display right there, I don't know what is. This is pretty flipping cool. You got a clean dually, the high horsepower truck, and then the lifted. It don't get much better than that. But if you guys have any suggestions on what we should do to these first gens, put it down in the comments, or if we should just leave them as is. But hope y'all enjoyed. Subscribe, and goodbye.